Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is the last part of our FJ Cruiser evaporator replacement. So almost everything we just removed now, and we can just visibly and we can access the AC box now. So you need to remove all the AC vents, the main AC vent which goes in directly up. You need to remove that, and you need to make the AC box into two parts, like the one part which contains evaporator and heater core, another part which has a blower motor and filter. And there is a screw. If you just look around, you'll find that there is a screw, and in the downside there is a lock. That's a plastic lock. You can just press it and disengage and remove the bolt as well. This is a 10 millimeter bolt. Remove that, and you need the help of somebody else so that you can remove it easily. And I just bring it, take it into my home to clean it very well. See, it has a lot of dirt in it. But before cleaning the things, you need to remove all the electrical parts, like the blower, actuator, motor, and things you need to remove. So this is before washing. So first what I did, I just removed the heater, because heater is in stock condition, it doesn't have any problem. So I just removed the heater. Heater has two clamps, and just pull it directly up. No need to be shake or do anything. If you do that, you may end up breaking or damaging the fins. So this is done. Just keep it in a safe place, and none should step on it. So now we need to remove around 7 screws around it, which is in the center. All around you will find it around 7 screws. I don't remember exact number, 7 I think. So once you remove that, now next step is to detach into two pieces. Don't try to pry out this with any screwdrivers or anything hardly. Don't do it very hard. Just use your plastic tool and take your time to detach it, because if there is any marks of foldings, when you pry out the plastic, there's a chance it can be break or it can fold inside. So all these things will affect when you make it back or when you attach it back. See, I just try to make it in this way. Now there is no more screws or any locks there. But why I'm just facing this problem? Because there are 4 flaps which regulate the AC towards the foot, face, and to the windscreen. And the last one is for regulating the cold and hot air. So these flaps are attachment to the both parts, both plastic parts. So you need to take care of them well. And in the front, that's a main flap. You need to move that a little bit. Just align it in a to and fro manner, and you will just find that you can just remove it easily. See, I just removed it now. Move it here and there sometimes, and you will be able to remove that easily. Now we just remove the part, and you'll see that you'll be able to see that is a part where the AC oil leaks. That's why we just get the smell as well. AC leaks out. AC refrigerant gas leaks out. So these are the flaps. So one side is removed. It's easy to remove all the flaps. Actually, there are 2 flaps which are look alike, and the one which I am just removing now is the one just was a bit tricky, and it just lose your time. And if you just push it hard, you may break it out. So take your time in removing the one. For me, it just take around 10-15 minutes to remove that one, because all you need to maneuver in front and back, you will be able to remove that. You will find it once you encounter this. One end of all these flaps are attached to the actuator motor. So the motor already we just removed and kept it aside. And now what I'm removing is that the thermostat and its plugs. The thermostat pin, and it has 3-4 securing pins in the sides, and just push it inside this way. Just use your plastic tool. There is a hook like thing, and it just prevent the movement bit. Yeah, now I just removed it. So keep it aside and should not touch the sensor part. Just keep it aside. And I washed everything well. See, it's very dirty. Let me show you the inside part and you can understand that how dirty it is. I washed all the plastic parts and kept it for half an hour and just wipe it with a damp cotton cloth. And this bit dirty, and once I washed, and let me show you that it's easily you can just wash it with using your any dishwasher soap and any sponge to clean that. And this is the new evaporator. This is the original one, OEM Denso one. And these part from the original evaporator you just need to remove and keep it with. We need to reuse it. And all other sponges around it will be coming with the new one. All you need to remove the plastic part which just comes with the old one. Well, before fixing the thermostat on the evaporator, I just try fixing it on the plastic part so that I can measure where exactly I can fit the thermostat. So I just kept it in to measure where it can go well, and this way just insert in it and just have a measurement, or use any pen to mark it where you can just fix exactly thermostat and its pins, so you get an idea once you just fix it in this way. And now I just attached the evaporators a thermostat and just kept it inside. Now let's move to fix the expansion valve which comes in other side. Expansion valve we already removed from another one, and this evaporator already comes with the 2 O-rings. All you need to apply some little oil. It's better to keep a refrigerant oil that you can just get it from your old evaporator. In the side you will just find it, or if you have a stock one or a new one with you, you can just apply it over the O-rings and just fix it. You can just use the bolt which you used before, or the old bolt you can just use that. Usually it's a Allen, I don't remember what exactly the number is. It's a small one, like a 5 or 6, I don't remember the number of the Allen key. And when you tighten it, you must ensure that you tighten it well, because if not, you need to remove the whole unit and all the dashboard and things in order to tighten it back. If not, you will not be able to hold the and this will not be able to hold the refrigerant gas inside. When you keep the expansion valve assembly over it, it's just a snug fit thing. Just push it inside. Once it is in its position, you would be able to fix the bolt. There are 2 bolts. Tight the 2 bolts. Then it's done, and there is a cover, a plastic cover. You need to secure it with a plastic cover as well, so you don't need to worry anything about the evaporator side anymore. And what I did, I just close the ends of the evaporator, because I don't need to get any moisture to go inside. Even though we are just doing the vacuuming, it's better to not allow to get any moisture inside for the long lasting evaporator. So once I tied that, let's cover it with the plastic cover. We just done with getting back the expansion valve. And another side, and we are not fixing the heater now. Once every work done, we are just fixing the heater back. So be sure you tight it well. If not, you will be end up in removing the whole assembly back again. So once you're done, just keep the things back. Now we need to fix the flaps as well actuator motors back. And when we fix about the flaps, we must be a bit careful. Usually if we change something forcefully, if we move the actuator motor, we will be end up in a big trouble. Usually the actuator motors will not move when there is no supply of electricity. So according to the position of the actuator motors, we need to fix each of the flaps. So now I did not connect any of the actuator motors in it. So before that, let me fix the flaps first. For that, let me take the each flaps and one end of the flaps which will exactly suit to go to the actuator motor ending. You'll be fine, or you'll understand once you look on it. Another side is just a like a piece of plastic. So fix each of them carefully, and once you remove it, you need to have a look on it how it was. And this is the only one was a bit tricky. You may need to maneuver it up and down, or just front and back somehow, just to get it into the position. Yeah, now it just got into position. And there is a center part as well. You can just fix the center part. You may need to keep it in exactly fitting position, so that only it can close well. Yeah, now it's in a correct position. Now the second flap, let me fix it. These are the two small flaps. I think these are for the one is for the windscreen, another for the food air vent. And the biggest one is the one for regulating the hot and cold, and which just covers the cold compartment and hot compartment. This is a bit tricky part to fix the things back, but if you just look on both sides, you'll get a good idea. One side doesn't have any articulating part, another side it is. So you just understand now when I fix it. So how well it can go, you may need to maneuver it. Yeah, now I took a 2-3 trial to fix it in that position. But it's easy. You don't need to apply any force. You may if you apply force, you may end up in breaking something. You can just move the actuator parts and out. No need to touch on the motor already we just kept it away. Just adjust the articulating part which connects to the motor, and just push the flap inside. You will be able to do that. For me, I took 2-3 trials to fix it in, and at last I win it. Yeah, now it's just done. This is the only flap which you will find a bit trouble, and rest all the flaps you can just push it in, and there is no much issues, when you are fixing it back. Now let's fix the other small flap. Even it's the same like as with the first one which we made it. There is no much hassles to fix it back. Just push it in. And once you fix each flaps, just try that is that working, or is that freely moving or not, and you will understand what is the working range. When it goes to the maximum, how does it work, you will understand when you look on it. Just check that. And this is the last flap. This flap is the one regulate the cold and hot, so be careful about that. It has some sponges in it, so just put it in that. It's even very easy. There is no much hassle, there is no much trick to do that. So we just fixed all the 4 flaps back. Now let's cover it with the other plastic piece, and no need to force it any. Just look around and just press it, and all these are just snug fit. Just fix it, and you can just, once every side is attached very well, you can just connect the screws back. Better to turn in this side, and you can just then you will be able to see each part. Now you might have seen that how the flaps go inside through that. Yeah, the flaps will be easy to go if you just keep it in a proper alignment. And the other end of the flap will end up in the side of this, like there is a hole, like try to align the hole with the other end of the flaps, so things will be very easy. No need to be push hard, just move, just maneuver here and there, and you will be easy to do that. Yeah, now it's possible for me to do this. Yeah, if you find some hesitation or some resistance somewhere, it's just not moving in, just look around, you'll find something there, so just adjust here and there. It's easy to do this well. Once all the sides went well, then you can just screw it up. If still there is any gap, you need to look around all the sides, and you don't need to screw it then. Just wait until all the sides just get sealed very well. When I find some difficulty, I just turn it around, and each side I just closed it. So now it just closed in all the way around. Yeah, in the back side there is a bit more has to go in. There are some guiding pins in each side of it, so once the guiding pins go through it holes, it's easy to be go well. So just check the sliding pins are away from its hook or not. Yeah, now it's all done. So now you can just fix it back with the screws and put back your actuator motors as well. Yeah, now it is done, and all the way around it's just done, it's fitted well. What I felt about doing these things by yourself at home, like you will get enough time to clean, enough time, and you have option to clean and keep the AC box back in your car. Like if you just do these things in a garage, usually they just remove the things and they may wipe it with a damp cloth, and they may keep the new things back. That's all. They don't usually work to clean this much as we did it. See, now I just check all the flaps which all are working well. Like freely, are they able to work freely like before? Once I confirmed everything can work well and they do their work, yeah, or like here I just check the range of their motion till when they can reach. Now I just check everyone, like that's the one which I am just checking now, is a cold and hot. That's the one usually people are making in a different way, and when the car, even if you just put the car in AC mode, usually the car blows hot air, so we don't want such kind of things. So now let's fix back the actuator motors, and try not to touch on the actuator motors, the motor shaft, because if you just touch, normally if you just touch if you force it, it may move from its alignment. Like if not, usually once you remove the electricity from it, it will not move usually. So you will not find any issues. But if you forcefully move it, the alignment which is in the memory of the AC ECU will be changed. Now I just fixed one of the actuator motor, another one as well available, and let me fix that as well. Yeah, you can apply some grease on what I applied is a plastic lithium grease. Some people said then they usually apply the Vaseline, but Vaseline are not good to apply on the plastic parts because it can eat the plastic. So you don't need to apply a Vaseline. If you have lithium plastic grease, you can just apply on it, because you are not going to open these parts quite often. So it's better to put the grease once you are doing this kind of jobs. When you are fixing this kind of actuator motors, just try to adjust the latches or the articulating part which comes from the flaps according to the motor shaft. That is the rule here. You don't need to worry about, once we fix it back, everything will be all right. Or if you force your motor according to the flaps how they are, you will be end up in a bit trouble. So we don't want that. So I'm just adjusting here the flaps according to the actuator motor. So everything is done, and close it. And once you tight it, now the last work is to fix back your heater. Keep the heater core back, and when you insert it, be careful, just keep the alignment. You don't need to damage any fins. It can go very, just slide it inside. It's usually go very easily. Now let's fix all things back to our car, and hope you can just do that back, because the same like how we removed all the parts, we can just fix it back. Even the AC box, even you need to fix it back as a two pieces, not the same whole box as the one which the evaporator box as well the blower box. You need to fix it back. And for me, the entire work took around, if you just calculate in hours, maybe around 8 hours I took to do this all the work. Usually I was doing it after my working hours, so I took around 3 days to complete it all. And it's just a quite easy work, but you need to have a little tools with you, and all the above, you must have a lot of patience in order to keep the things well. So my kind of advice to all of my friends, you can just do this kind of work, but just do a homework before doing that. And doing this, even if you find any problems, just try to get more, as much as do the research on how to do that. Even online videos you will find it. And for FJ Cruiser, I don't find any detailed video for the evaporator removal, so I thought to keep this one. And some of the parts I was not able to cover with the video, some I just adjust with the pictures, because my wife was the one who helped me to copy all these things in a camera. Some days she was at work and I did this work, so was not able to capture all those things. But when you are doing this work, and if you find any difficulties, feel free to ask me in a comment box. I'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching, and for hereafter such kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel. See you soon with a new video. Bye bye.